Hi, this is Kevin Saunderson. I'm here to talk to you about my new sample pack, Past, Present, and Future with Blue Cloud on Beatport Sounds. Back in the day, remixes were more or less an extension of the radio version, so DJs could play it, give it a good intro, give it a break, and extend it. In 1988, I visited the UK and I was asked to do a remix by Zomba Records, the record company, for an act called the We Papa Girl Rappers. I went in and basically took a part of the vocal, sampled it, and used it, and found a way to work with my music. So I created all new music. It's quite interesting. Once I finished it, the record company, they didn't know what to do. They'd never heard anything like this. They didn't know if they wanted to play it to the artists at all. It wasn't the original music anymore. It had totally changed. But I think they played it to some people and the reaction was amazing. It just blew up and it ignited a chain reaction. And that's why we hear remixes like we hear them today. Some tracks I created, within the first 30 minutes, the essence of that track was there. Now, of course, it took me time to bring it out, develop it, but really a lot comes out in the beginning when you're in that creative mind. I woke up one day and I had this dream that I was like in Africa or somewhere. So I wake up and I'm like, what does that mean? Couldn't go back to sleep, but I went right into the studio. I had this vision to create this sound, and I actually created this sound and the parameters to make it sound like I heard it in my dream. And I created a track. That track was huge at the Paradise Garage. It was huge in New York, and it did quite well around the world. You never know what can inspire you to create a track and to make the essentials to creating a track. 909 was always essential for me. Even though I had the 808, I had the 727, I had a Linn drum, but the 909 never failed me, and I always felt like it fit with almost all my tracks that I created. I love Scalar 2 particularly. Another plugin I use is Loop Cloud. You can pull it right up on your channel and you can take stuff, chop it up, rearrange it, recreate a whole new sound with a sound or chord that inspired you. The Inner City Sound, it's a sample. It's not a loop, it's a sample of a chord that I replayed. If I was going to use a sample, I would use it in a creative way like that.
It's a good life. Hey, yeah.
I was able to take a chord, sample it, and replay a chord from a chord that created this unique sound, and then was able to layer it, and it became this unbelievable sound that came out. But it did come from a sample. The idea behind my pack was to do a collage of my alias, Inner City, Reese Project, Kevin Saunderson, E-Dancer, Tronic House. There's many more, maybe 3 or 4 more. My sounds have been sampled all over many times on these different aliases. So I thought like, well, let me put my own sample pack together that represents my sounds over time, what I've done with these different projects. But I didn't want it to just be about the past. There's sounds in there that we're currently working on, and there's stuff for the future, stuff that I haven't worked on, or stuff that I created for people that is different than anything I've created before. They call me the Elevator. I've been doing this for 35 years strong. I'm known for my sound, even for the drum and bass DJs. Where did they get the famous Reese bass from? A record called Just One Number Chance. It was by Reese. That was me. Bass that they call the Reese bass, that is my creation, has went on probably 3,000 or more records. I had a vision, and some of the other Detroit guys had a vision as well. And the vision really was forward thinking, use technology, create music, bring people together to dance. Any race, any color, didn't make a difference. Music was for the world. And here we are, from when Juan Atkins first started 40 years ago. It's still growing, and that's exciting. I hope people enjoy using my pack and the sounds, and be creative as possible.